So, last lecture we discussed a lot about projectile motion. That projectile motion was in a plane. Now, today we'll be seeing that what would be the range and time, total time of flight in an inclined plane. Or, in other words, I would say that today what we will be discussing is that projectile motion on an inclined plane. So, suppose this is your some plane, you can say, which makes an angle theta. Okay, and some ball is thrown, like some uh, 1 minute, like some ball is thrown with some velocity. I must say it's u velocity. Suppose it's given like u velocity, and this angle is alpha. The path traveled by this will be like this. It touches here, like it started from this point A, it ended at this point B. So, like this angle is alpha. So, what would be the component along this velocity components when we are going to break the components along this part? So, this angle will be this angle. I must say this angle will be alpha minus theta. This angle is alpha, but this angle will be alpha minus theta. So this will be u cos alpha minus theta. And what would be the component along this direction? That is perpendicular to this plane AB. This will be u sine uh, alpha minus theta. Like G will be acting this way, like this. G will be acting, normally it acts like this, but what about this inclined plane? We will be breaking it into two components. So there will be one component, this one, and there will be one component, this one. So if this angle is theta, this will also be theta. This one is theta, you can see here this one is theta. When you are going to like calculate it, this will also be theta. So the component of G along this direction will be G cos theta, and this one will be G sine theta. So if I am going to show you in a normal way, this projectile motion will look like this. This projectile motion will look like this. A, B, it's like this. Okay, and the thing is that in this direction the velocity is u sine alpha minus theta, and in this direction the velocity will be u cos alpha minus theta. In this direction the value of g is this one, g cos theta, g cos theta. In this direction, the value of g is g sine theta. So like as I told you that now let's find out the time of flight, means time taken by the ball to reach from point A to point B. What would be the time taken? So like I told you in our previous part, that displacement should be zero. So like here what it would be, like when we are going to consider the horizontal part, sorry, vertical part, this vertical section. So here we have g cos theta, here we have u sine alpha minus theta. This displacement will be zero, like y is equal to u sine alpha minus theta t minus half g cos theta, g cos theta t square. So this displacement will be zero. So here we have 0 is equal to u sine alpha minus theta t minus half g cos theta t square, or t will be, what would be t? 2u sine alpha minus theta over g cos theta. So this is the time of flight, or this is the time taken by the ball to reach from A to B. What would be this range? What would be this range? So range will be equal to, as I told you, u cos theta into this time. So u cos alpha minus theta, but the thing is, you can see here there is g sine theta t acceleration in this direction, which will oppose this u cos alpha minus theta, which will oppose this u cos alpha minus theta. So we will be using this equation to find out, like this will be, you can say this time minus half g sine theta t square, like okay. So let's put this t over here. So what will be our equation, like u cos alpha minus theta, if we are going to put it here, it will become t value, so it will become 2u sine alpha minus theta over g cos theta minus half g sine theta. This will be 4u square sine square alpha minus theta over g square cos square theta. Okay. So like when we are going to, like I am going to take few things common, like this I am going to take common, this and this GG. Okay, so what I am taking common is u square over g cos square theta. I am going to take these things common. So what will be left inside? Cos alpha minus theta sine alpha minus theta cos theta minus what will be left here? This will be sine theta sine 2242, like this will be 2 times here, 2 will be left here and 2 will be left here. Sine sine square alpha minus theta. So when you are going to solve this equation, it will come out like this. When you are going to solve this internal equation, it will give an output it will give an output u square over g cos square alpha, sorry, theta, and its sine 2 theta minus alpha minus, sorry, sine 2 alpha minus theta minus sine theta. If it's not clear, I am going to make it clear, more clear, like it will be 2 alpha minus theta minus sine theta. Up, like if you want that how from here to here it reached here, so I can show you this thing more clearly, like how to solve this equation from here to here. You can solve it, but the thing is that there are lot of trigonometric part that is being used here. So I think you might not be aware of those formulas. You might not be aware of those formulas. So this, how this thing converted to this thing, uh, how this section converted to this section, I will show you. I will show you. Right now I will show you. So I am going to clear this part and I will show you how this equation converted to this equation. So our equation was, this was 2 times cos alpha minus theta sine alpha minus theta cos theta minus 2 sine theta, and sine square alpha minus theta. This was the equation. Like in trigonometry, there is a thing like sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. So like we are going to use this whole thing got changed from here to here, and there is one more thing, that is a cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta, or 2 sine square theta can be written as 2 sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. Like these two are the main formulas. So like this thing will be used here. Okay, so let's see what the new equation becomes. So when we are going to sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta, it will become like sine of 2 alpha minus 2 theta, and this will be cos theta minus, and when we are going to use this 2 sine square theta thing here, so like our sine theta will be there, sine theta, what would be in the bracket, 1 minus cos 2 alpha minus 2 theta. So what will be the equation becomes, sine of uh, 2 alpha minus 2 theta cos theta minus sine theta plus sine theta cos 2 alpha minus 2 theta. Okay, like there is an other thing also, like sine a plus b is equal to sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Okay, so we are going to use this part here, sine a cos b and cos a sine b. So like when we are going to use this equation here, what it will become, it will become like sine of 2 alpha minus 2 theta plus theta, and this will be minus sine theta, because I implemented this formula over here. So what it will become, it will become sine, this will be 2 alpha minus theta minus sine theta. So it's the same thing what I showed here. Okay, it's the same thing what I showed here, and like I only used these three trigonometric equation. I think you might not be familiar with these equations, so for the time being, remember this thing, sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta, and cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta, and sine a plus b is equal to sine a cos b cos a sine b, because as in these two equations you will come across in your maths part, these three equations you will come across in your maths part, and you will come across a lot of more equations in trigonometry, so that is also quite interesting, and you will come across those things. So let's move to another section in projectile motion. So like what I discussed in my previous example, that was that it's an inclined plane like this, which makes an angle alpha. And in my last scenario, what we did, we throw the ball from the bottom of this plane towards upward side. Like we throwed the ball, like uh, we throwed the ball from the bottom of the plane towards upward side. But now what we'll be doing, that we'll be throwing the ball from the top, or from here, you can say I will be throwing the ball from here. Like suppose this is velocity u. Okay, it's not parallel, but like so like our path will be like this. Projectile path will be like this. This will be our starting point A, this is our ending point B. So let's break, suppose this angle is 1 minute. Let's draw a parallel line to this line. uh, so this one will be alpha, and suppose this angle is theta. This angle is theta. So what would be the velocity components? Like in this direction, the velocity component will be u cos alpha plus theta. This one is alpha and this one is theta. So what are the component along this, along the inclined plane? That will be u cos alpha plus theta. And what will the component perpendicular to the plane? That will be like u sine alpha plus theta. As g will be working here, like g will be working, sorry, g will be working downwards. G is working downwards, so what would be the direction of the component along this? Like this is g, and this angle is also alpha. Like if you are not getting why this angle is alpha, I will show you here. Like it's a perpendicular, you can say. Like let me show you here in a separate page. Suppose this one is alpha, and I told you this one is g. This one is the direction of g, and this is perpendicular. Okay, so how it becomes alpha? Let's see. uh, this one is also perpendicular. Okay, then 1 minute. If this one is alpha, and suppose this is your g, what would be this angle? This will be 90 minus, this angle will be like this one is alpha, this one is 90 degree. So what would be this one? This will be 90 minus alpha. So what would be this angle and this angle? Both will be same. Like so this one also be 90 minus alpha. So in this way, this one will be, because this one is 90 degree, This one is 90 degrees, so this one also be alpha. So in this way, this angle is alpha. Okay. So like here, the components will be this one will be g cos alpha, and this one will be g sine alpha. So our motion in, if we are going to simplify our diagram, it will look like this. Like this is our initial point, this is our end point, this will be our path, and direction of g will be in this direction, it will be g sine alpha. In this direction it will be g cos alpha. Velocity in this direction is, that is, u sine alpha plus theta, and in this direction the velocity will be u cos alpha plus theta. So let's again we will be using the same equation, like I told you, like y is equal to, for displacement will be 0, like displacement will be 0, so like vertical component we will be considering, vertical component. So vertical component, the displacement will be 0. So u sine alpha plus theta, this is the total time of flight, time taken from A to B. Like this is our path or direction of motion, and you can see here, like this is g cos alpha, like these two things will be used here, minus half g cos alpha t square, as this y will be 0, displacement will be 0, so 0 is equal to u sine alpha plus theta t minus half g cos alpha t square. So what would be the total time of flight? This will be u sine alpha plus theta over g cos alpha. So this is the total time of flight. Now what would be the range? Like this is our range, this AB is our range. What would be the range? That will be equal to this horizontal component and this horizontal g. You can see here that the velocity or this g is along the direction of velocity, so it will be going to increase our horizontal velocity. So like range is equal to, this will be u cos alpha plus theta, and this t we are going to use it because this is the total time of flight, you can say. Okay, u sine cos alpha t plus, we'll be using plus sign here because here the speed is increasing. It means you can say that the g is along the direction of u cos alpha plus theta. So half g sine alpha t square. Now let's substitute this thing here, u cos alpha plus theta, and here you are going to put it 2u sine alpha plus theta over g cos alpha plus half g sine alpha, put here, so it will become 4u square sine square alpha plus theta over g square cos square alpha. So when you are going to solve it, like I don't want to take, okay, let's take this part common, this common, and this one common it out. So like our equation will become u square over g cos square alpha. So what would be left inside? Cos 2 times cos alpha plus theta sin alpha plus theta, and cos alpha plus sin alpha sin 2 times sin alpha plus theta square, sin square alpha plus theta, you can see here. So, like when you are going to, like I told you the formulas in my just now in previous question only, I told you that how we are going to solve this type of equations. I told you three formulas. I think here we will be using our output will be like this. What will be our output? That's your part. You tried this thing, that how it becomes, because I solved one of the equation. Try to solve this one by your own. It will become u square over g cos square alpha sine of 2 theta plus alpha plus sine alpha. This will be the output from this equation. This will be the output. I will tell you the formulas which will be used here. Like and those two will be used there only. Like that's a sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta will be used. And what was the next one? That was the cos of 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta will be used. This one will also be used here. And there is an other formula, that's a new one. Remember this one, that's a new one. I will write it from black here. That is sine a minus b. There what I used, that was sine a plus b, but here sine a minus b is used. Okay, so you try using these formulas to convert this equation to this one. That's a part of trigonometry and a part of your maths, but the thing is that let me tell you the formula first. Sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. So this is the main formula. You can say this is the first one formula, sine 2 theta. That's the second formula, and this is the third one. So you can simplify this equation to this one. It's easy now. I think as I told you in my previous, just now a few minutes back only, I told you how to solve these types of equations. So like do the same thing, and you are going to get this output. Okay, on simplifying this thing, you will be getting this thing. So like these three formulas will be used. So, like we covered most of the part in projectile motion. Let me solve this equation. That would be better. Mm. So I'm going to solve this equation. What was our equation? That was 2 cos alpha plus theta sine alpha plus theta cos alpha plus 2 sine alpha sine square alpha plus theta. This is our equation. So what I told you, like that sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. So like this equation will be implemented here. Okay, and another one I told you, that was cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta, and this equation you can say will be implemented here. Like this will become, what it will become, 2 sine square theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta. So let's put it, all these things, arrange all these things. So like this will become sine 2 theta, so it will become sine 2 alpha plus 2 theta cos alpha. And we are, when we are going to put this cos 2 theta here, it will become sine alpha in bracket 1 minus cos 2 theta, 1 minus cos 2 alpha plus 2 theta. Okay, so what it will become, sine 2 alpha plus 2 theta cos alpha minus cos 2 alpha plus 2 theta sine alpha plus sine alpha. There is one more equation, that's a this one I told you. Okay, so like this equation, sine a minus b is equal to sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. So that will be implemented here. Mm, okay, that will be implemented here, this one. So our equation will become now sine a minus b. Okay, so sine of 2 alpha plus 2 theta minus alpha plus sine alpha. So it will become sine of 2 theta plus alpha plus sine alpha. So this is the required output. Okay, so that's all for the projectile part. I think I discussed a lot of part in projectile, and I discussed projectile in a plane and projectile motion in an inclined plane. So both we discussed, and most of the things are done in projectile part. So that's all for today, and we will be discussing new things on our next lecture. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.